Namaste and hello. My name is Abhijit. A lot of people know me as a documentary photographer and a self published author who has worked in parts of Europe, parts of Cuba, in India, and is based in Toronto. But what not a lot of people know is I'm also a Reiki Grandmaster teacher. I have learned Reiki from my spiritual mentor, Shri Pramod Kulkarni sir, who is 8th in the Reiki lineage. And the same can be said about my wife, Priyanka. She is an IT professional, works with mainframe technology for a decade and more, and she is also a Reiki Grandmaster teacher, and she has also learned from Shri Pramod Kulkarni sir. A quick about our spiritual mentor. He is based in India and he is a traditional Reiki teacher. He is a traditional Swara Yoga teacher, which is a part of Hatha Yoga, and he is a Vastu Shastra consultant working in India and abroad since about 4 decades. We have learned Reiki and a lot of other meditation techniques from him since early 2000s, and I have been practicing and teaching Reiki in India, in Oslo and in Toronto. And same for my wife Priyanka. She's also guided a lot of Reiki seminars, as they call it, or Reiki courses as they call it, in India, in Oslo, and she's also taught in Toronto. But what is Reiki actually? Reiki is a combination of 2 words. Rei, R-E-I, means universal, and Ki, K-I, means life force energy. So combined, universal life force energy. And as the name suggests, this energy is universal, which is 24/7, present, and life force energy, omnipresent. So Reiki is a spiritual energy which is present 24/7 and present in all life forms everywhere. Where did Reiki come from? Reiki was rediscovered by Dr. Mikao Usui. Reiki is a spiritual energy. It is also called as an alternative meditation-cum-healing energy. So what happens is, this universal energy channelizes through the body of the Reiki practitioner, as we call it, and then passes through the body of the practitioner to heal the practitioner, that is oneself, or heal others. So the word here to catch is channel, which means the Reiki practitioner does not give his or her or their own energy to others. Reiki as a spiritual energy passes through the body, passes through the medium of hands and fingers for oneself and for others. Healing through hands has a special mention in Atharva Ved, wherein it says, "Through the medium of palms and my powerful speech, I can heal you from illness, pain, and make your life happy and joyful." Most important here is to note that Reiki is also a meditative spiritual energy. It vastly aids in one's own spiritual growth because it also helps in deep meditation. Let's go forward. So Reiki follows the Guru Shishya, that is the teacher-student tradition, and I myself, my wife, are also a part of that tradition. Who can learn Reiki? Reiki can be learned by anyone, but there is an initiation process, and the initiation process is only done by the Reiki Grandmaster teacher. After initiation, the Reiki participant, as we say, becomes a Reiki channel, which means the spiritual energy can pass through him or her or they, and they can use it for themselves, to heal themselves, to meditate, and for others. Since Reiki is a spiritual energy, the initiation does not disturb or does not misalign with any other initiations that the Reiki participant has taken before or is going to take after practicing Reiki or after Reiki courses. So any level of Reiki would not disturb or misalign any other initiations that a person wishes to take. That's the beauty of Reiki. And the second most important thing is, since Reiki is a spiritual energy, it is beyond all religious modalities. All levels of Reiki have to be initiated. First degree, that is the basic course. Second degree, the master degree, and Karuna 1 Reiki, Karuna 2 Reiki, they all need to be initiated. And all these levels of Reiki, that is all these courses of Reiki, are completely guided by Reiki teachers and grandmasters. In this case, it would be myself and my wife Priyanka. So let's quickly look at the first degree or the basic course. It takes about only 5 hours to learn Reiki. It is completely guided by us. There are a few mental and emotional exercises that are taken in the first part of Reiki basic course. Then there is the initiation process, and then we teach how to practice Reiki for self. And at the end, we also teach how to give Reiki to others after the mandatory 21-day cycle. What happens when a person consistently practices Reiki? Any form of meditation, any form of yoga needs consistent practice. The same with Reiki. Consistent practice of Reiki helps in calming one's mind, de-stressing, lowering of anxiety levels, better intrapersonal relationships, and very good communication and comprehension skills. Communication is absolutely nothing without comprehension. They both go hand in hand. A lot of people focus only on communication skills but not comprehension. So Reiki would also help in that. This is connected to the most important part of having a good intrapersonal relation, which means relation with your own self first. Because you come first, I come first, my wife, she comes first, and then there is the world at large. So when that is strengthened, when the intrapersonal relationship, which means the relationship with myself, is strengthened, automatically the other relationships go smoothly. Practicing Reiki helps in maneuvering all of these everyday practical aspects of life while understanding one's own self. As we heard earlier, it also helps in growing one's own self, one's own inner self, because Reiki is also meditation. What meditation does is it makes you to look inside. It's like when you open your eyes, you see the world. When you close them, you see yourself. And that's the philosophy Reiki works with. It makes you to see yourself and thus helps you to maneuver different things in your personal, professional life. Reiki can be absolutely effectively used with all traditional therapies, allopathy, homeopathy, Ayurveda. It is also found to be super helpful with people who are actually undergoing any kind of psychotherapy, counseling, psychological counseling. It is also seen that a lot of times when one combines Reiki with traditional Indian, Eastern, Tibetan yogic and meditation systems like Hatha Yoga, like Swara Yoga, like Ashtanga Yoga, pranayam practices, it helps in better understanding of Reiki while you combine Reiki with these practices, and thus it also helps in faster understanding and a quick spiritual inner growth. Are there any side effects of Reiki? Since Reiki is a spiritual energy, there are no known side effects of Reiki for the Reiki practitioner or the Reiki channel. We have to remember, practice is absolutely important. A lot of people don't practice or break the practice and then they say that Reiki doesn't work. Since it's healing energy, since it's a healing touch, it is also called as a mother's touch. Which is why it is absolutely pious and absolutely pure energy. It is also said about Reiki that Reiki selects you, you don't select Reiki. So reach out to us to know more about Reiki and all its courses, as we teach Reiki on a personal level as Abhijit and Priyanka, We also teach Reiki through our non-profit Eternal Happiness's objective of holistic healing. Feel free to reach out to us on the given email and Instagram. Also, don't forget to hit subscribe, follow, and keep in touch via YouTube, via Instagram, and via email to know the future activities about Reiki and about the nonprofit. Thank you very much.